Hello, welcome back to A.D.H.D Knitter. I'm your host, Jennifer. Thanks for coming by and watching this with me. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And this is a podcast about knitting, crochet, and fiber arts, and a lot of me gabbing sometimes. And to all my returning viewers, welcome back. I've been off since before Christmas from recording because it's been way too busy. I know you guys like hearing the kids, but I had the kids, I had my mom, and then I was exhausted after Christmas, so yeah, there's no videos at that point. Because I was way too tired and it's way too hectic and busy, and the husband was off, and it just gets all sorts of confusing trying to do that. Anyway, I got some finished objects. I got some works in progress. I got some stories, so it should be fun and interesting. Okay, so first finished object is, I have one that I don't know what I did with. It's actually, I think I showed it to you last time. But this I finished yesterday. This is Bag O' Days chocolate BonBon beanie hat. And I've made this before. It fits really good. I used Bernat Pop, and I used a size 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. The top looks kind of funny this time. I don't know what I did. Probably too many increases, and that's probably my fault for misreading the pattern, but I can show you. Take this off. I'll have Bonnie hold on to this hat for me just so I don't misplace it. This, in case you're wondering, is my Ross hat that I knit a while ago out of Lion brand Ferris wheel yarn. It's one of my favorites, but anyway. This is how it looks on a person. As you can see, it's a bucket hat. My last one fit a little tighter, so I think I screwed up somewhere. But it's a real easy hat pattern. And it's pretty simple. So if you can do double crochet and single crochet, you can do this pattern. So I highly recommend it. It's a free tutorial on Bag O' Days channel. So I suggest you go check it out. And like I said, I think I screwed up. And also Bernat Pop, like worsted weight yarn some worsted weight yarns are thicker than others, some are thinner than others. Bernat Pop tends to be one of those that's thicker than most worsted weight yarns. So this turned out a little bit bigger because of that. So you just got to keep that in mind sometimes when you're looking at yarn size, is if the yarn's a little thicker, you're probably going to end up with a bit thicker hat. And Bag O' Days pattern, she doesn't put gauge in it, so you don't know what the gauge is. She just gives you the yarn and hook size. So if your yarn's a little thicker, the hat ends up a little bigger. And this is definitely a little bigger. So it's more like a bulky hat. But it fits good. It'll keep you warm. Set that up there. Yeah, so that was a fun little project to do. I wanted to make another hat and use up some yarn from my stash. So that's what I did. And then I decided I was going to try to work on some stuff for the channel. And so earlier this week, I took this with me to lunch. This is my Flower Patch dishcloth that I just put a tutorial up for yesterday. That's getting a little blown out, but this is Crafter's Secret Cotton from Hobby Lobby in the color Potpourri print. It has this nice little white, well, it's bluish white actually. Let me see if I can change my color. That's a little better. And that's more like it. And it has like these pops of pink and blue and green, and I use this stitch called the wattle stitch. A real simple stitch. If you can single crochet, chain one, and double crochet, you can do this. And then I added a border actually So this I made up to test it out and figure out the pattern. And this is like 7 inches by 7 inches. So I wasn't happy with how small this was, which this will work for my household just fine. So I went and made a larger one for the video. This is what you saw in the video. I just did plain white. Well, cream. This isn't white, it's cream. But this is just a cream color. Let me see. Yeah. This is just a cream colored yarn that I got from, I don't know. It's either peaches and cream or sugars and cream, one of those cotton yarns you get from like Walmart or Yarn Inspirations, and it's just a basic 100% cotton yarn. It's 4-weight. I used a 5.5 millimeter hook, and like I said, if you can double crochet, chain one, and single crochet, you can make this pattern. And I added a border, which I'm not very good at borders, but I added it to make it look nice for the video. So that tutorial is up on my channel, so if you all want to check it out, you can check it out. But like I said, and I'll get the pattern typed up and put in my Etsy shop just for people who are like me, who like to have the written pattern because they don't have patience to follow along a video, even though I have done that before. So those are done. Those I finished up this week. Okay, each of these took like a day to make, so, and not even a day, like 2 hours. And now works in progress. I don't think these are all the works in progress I have had, but two things I finished that I haven't shown you is I finished 2 puzzles over Christmas. One was my Mandalorian puzzle. Might have it on my phone. I could show you real quick. But yeah, me and my husband have been working on this Mandalorian puzzle since about November. And sorry, that's my phone. In the middle of something. But anyway, we've been working on this Mandalorian puzzle since before Christmas. And we finally got around to finishing it up. So this is what it looked like when it's done. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's Mando riding on a dewback, and I'm assuming it's Tatooine, but I'm not sure. I haven't watched it. I want to, but I just don't want to sit down and do that. So anyway, that's Mando riding on a dewback. We finished that one. Mom looked at me because my mom was up here visiting. She likes to do puzzles, so she joined me with doing the puzzles. And she's like, "Why did you pick this out?" And in my defense, the reason I picked out that puzzle was because back when me and Mom were working puzzles, this was before Matthew was born. This was before I was married. Me and Mom got to the point where we were getting bored of puzzles because we could do them so fast. So we wanted to challenge ourselves. So I was picking out a puzzle going on that difficulty. I haven't done puzzles in that long. So yeah, that wasn't the best and smartest idea to do. And then the next puzzle we did was this, which was much easier. This is a Charles Wycroft puzzle. It's a cat in a garden shed with a bunch of stuff. It was a lot easier. We finished that in a day. And that had more pieces than the Mandalorian. That was a 750 piece puzzle. The Mandalorian puzzle was 550. So I finished those 2. I love doing puzzles. I really do. I wish I had more puzzles. I have some upstairs, but not that many, and I need to get some of those down and work them. Just none have caught my eye. And then another thing I've been working on this on and off. I just get bored and stop. Crochet hook and with my knitting project. That's because I had the hat in this. But I've been working on a Ross hat. You guys have seen me work on this, so I've made progress. I'm now on the brim. And I'm done with it's 3x2 ribbing. See if I can do this without screwing the whole thing up. But yeah, it's 3x2 ribbing. And I've gotten that done, and now I'm just working on the body, and I'll be knitting. It doesn't. I got a ring light for Christmas for my kids, and I'm trying to figure out how to use it and lighting. So I'm sorry for adjusting the light. I'm just trying to make it look better. And I don't think I'm going to, so, but the lighting's a lot better, so. But yeah, that's what I've been working on. This is, I think I had, but I apologize, guys. But yeah, this is what it looks like. It's a dark purple, bluish purple, dark navy, light blue, and a periwinkle blue. And this is just my Stripe by Lion brand. And I'm just working on making me a hat in it that's knit. I did a chocolate BonBon beanie hat in this, and this yarn's a lot thinner than the Bernat Pop, and it's really soft and nice to work with. I like it. So I'm really looking forward to this hat being done. So, but yeah, nice little hat. This is on size, what size needles? Size 8mm. US 8 needles, and they are 5.5 5.5 needles. So I hopefully will have this done next time you see me. I'll be wearing it on my head. But until that point, because reasons, I'm trying to do stuff for a channel too. So I'm trying to come up with tutorials, and I have like 48 tutorials listed up that I want to do, plus some of my patterns I already have in my Etsy shop I want to do tutorials for. So yeah, it's fun. I want to make you guys proud of me. So, another thing I started working on, I blame this on Ross from Smells Like Yarn. He's gotten into crochet, and he is finding the patterns that I like. And there's a couple I want to do, but I haven't got around to doing them. But he started working on doing a granny shawl, a granny stitch shawl. So, I was like, ooh, I want to do that. So I went and looked up the pattern, and I realized it was a basic granny stitch shawl. He used Premeir Yarn's Nectar shawl, but I just, after I looked at the pattern, I'm like, okay, that's pretty much a basic granny shawl. So I started working on a granny shawl myself. This is how far I've gotten. I'm using a size H 5mm crochet hook. And the yarn I'm using is Caron Skinny Cakes. And yes, I took the label off. I don't know where it is. I don't remember what this color is. It's like a butter yellow. And then it goes into a gray, a darker gray, and a black. And I think there's a little bit of cream or white color in it too. So we're working on that. And this is going to be a nice big granny square shawl, because this thing is huge. These things are like, I think like 1,000 yards or something. So this should make a nice big shawl, because I like my shawls really big because I'm not a small person. I'm also have wide shoulders, so little tiny shawls don't work around. Yeah. But anyway, so those are all my works in progress. And if you don't want to hear stories, thank you for stopping by. Please like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. God bless you and keep you. Now we'll go on to stories. So, what have I been up to? Okay. So, I'm pretty much getting to the point where I don't like holiday get-togethers. If I'm at all honest. So leading up to Christmas and Thanksgiving in my house is like this. We have to get the house completely cleaned. We have to get all the food made. We have to do all this stuff. We got to get, and for Christmas, we got to get gifts wrapped and make sure everybody has everything. We got everything filled out. Yada, yada, yada. So we did all that. But his mom, okay, my mom came up and we went up to, she came up and she's good. She's cool. Sometimes she has her quirks, but any mother has their quirks. So even his has quirks. So anyway, I decided me, Mom, Helen, my mother-in-law is named Helen, would go with the kids up to Grandpa's Cheese Barn, which is up near Ashland, Ohio. So we went up there and we went had a good day of that, and we went to Perkins. Everything was great. We got snacks and food and all that, and I had planned on going to work that weekend. Well, anybody in the Midwest knows that we got hit with close to a blizzard, but not, I don't know. I didn't go out of the house. I looked out the window, saw it was, because if anybody's not in the United States, most states have emergency snow levels, and each one's different. Like level 1, you can pretty much ignore, but you know the roads are icy. Level 2, a lot more serious. There's snow on the roads. It's blowing, drifting. It's not fun to drive in. You can drive in it, but if you have the option, stay home. Level 3 is for emergency vehicles only. You stay in the house. What we had was snow, blowing, drifting, because where I live in Ohio, it is flat plains. We're on a plateau. So it's completely flat, and we have wind that blows all the time. So when we get snow, this was the light powdery stuff, not the big heavy wet stuff. And the temperature went down to temperature went down to -9, and then the wind chill was -30. So, and for some reason, the county I live in, the sheriff decided about midnight that the salt trucks shouldn't be out, which should tell you something. So it was level 2 when I got up. Actually, I think it was level 1 still when I got up. And I looked out the window. I'm like, yeah, because I can have like 5 call-offs before I get like written up or something. And I have 1, and I was like, yeah, I'll take and I was like, even if they do count it against me because it's the holidays, I'm like, I'll go with it, because I'll still be fine. And if they write me up, oh well. So I called off, and by the time I got done calling off and back in bed is level 2. By the end of the day was level 3, and me, Mom, and Jason are like, nope, we're not going out. We're staying inside. So that's what we did on Friday. It was stay in the house, because we'd planned to take Patrick out for his birthday, but that didn't happen. Because his birthday is December 23rd. Poor boy. So we stayed in the house, played cards, worked on puzzles, that kind of thing. I had fun. I enjoyed that. And I tried to give him a clean house. Nobody wanted a clean house. Because I knew what was coming. And then Saturday. Saturday is still level 3 when I got up. So I called off work because I wasn't going to try to go in on level 3. And it's Christmas Eve. And it's like, it's Christmas Eve. Yes, it'll kind of get, forget it. If they fire me, fine. I was like, forget it. I'm not going down to level 3 because the road I take is flat road. There's no trees blocking it. So the snow blows across the road, causing drifts, and it's not fun to drive in. There's probably people in Michigan laughing at me, Michigan and Wisconsin, all those, but it's not. Yeah, I stayed home. So I stayed home, and is level 3. So I knew they didn't count it against me. So I was still at 1 until last week, but that's another story. So that's what happened there. And for some reason, it went down to level 2. So we're like, okay, it's level 2. We figured everybody in our family would stay in the house. Helen lives down the street, so we figured she'd stay in the house. No, she decided she had to get out, or she had a flat tire. And Jason told her, okay, stay there. I will cut. He wasn't happy about it. He wanted to stay in the house, and I didn't blame him. But finally, he's like, fine, I'll come pump up your tire. Just wait. It took him about 15 minutes to get there, because he had to heat up the car and clean off the car and all this. And he gets down there and she's gone. Apparently, she tried to drive a block over to the gas station and get air in her tire. And if you drive on a flat tire, no matter how far you drive, you ruin the tire. Well, she drove it all the way over there and stopped because it came off the rim. And we're like, why did you go out? Well, I gotta go get these relatives tomorrow. She has a second vehicle. She could have just left it in the driveway, or I don't know. I'm still upset about it. I know I need to forgive, move on. But anyway, so we had that whole ordeal. So we're like, okay, fine. Yeah. So after that, everything else was fine. We started getting ready for Christmas by doing some stuff the day before. And Christmas came. We're having prime rib. We splurged for it. And we're having like um, broccoli casseroles, candy sweet potatoes, mashed potatoes, gravy, whole 9 yards, cheese tray. I think his aunt brought, one of his aunts brought deviled eggs, the other one brought mac and cheese. So we had a lot of food and stuff. And we're sitting there waiting for Helen to come because she's supposed to go get my niece and nephew and bring them up because their dad wasn't bringing them. His his brother brought the other one. So we're waiting and we're waiting. And we're like, where's Helen? We call over. She had the kids move the treadmill from the living room into a bedroom. And they got it stuck. Sorry, I'm having drainage. And we're not really sure why she chose that day to do that. So anyway, she wanted Jason to go over and fix it. And it's like, no, we're busy cooking. We can't do that. And then she comes over and she's like, my TPMS light. TPMS stands for Tire Pressure Monitoring System. And she had one that was on her car tires. And she had to have that fixed right away. Okay. Quick lesson in tires. If your tire pressure monitoring light comes on in the winter and it's been negative 30 degrees, air is a gas. When it gets cold, it compresses. So your tire pressure will go down because it's cold weather out. It doesn't mean your tire pressure monitoring system is broken. It doesn't mean, and you just need to put a little air in your tire or just go with it until the weather warms back up. Nope. She was asking me about it, and I told her this, and she didn't like my answer. I was kind of mad at her at that point. As none of this stuff needed to be done, and it's like, okay. After the tire incident, it's like, would you please just stop? So, yeah. So we got through Christmas. We had a good time. Kids got some games. I got a video game because my present didn't arrive on time. No idea what that noise outside the window is. So that was Christmas. And Mom went back on No, she went back Monday. So she went back on Monday. She's kind of upset about some stuff. I don't blame her. So that happened. And then I told Jason, I was like, I don't want to deal with your mother for a whole week. I'm sorry. Because I have Tuesday, Thursdays off. I'm like, I don't want her here. I want to just be us and not her. And he agreed because he's tired of her too at that point. As bad as that is to say. So I went to work and that was fine and all that. I was exhausted because having that many people and doing all that work and just everything. So Wednesday rolls around. I think Wednesday went okay. I just stayed home and relaxed and tried to get rested up. And then, oh yeah, we sent the kids over to Helen's on Wednesday because we didn't want to deal with them. She wanted something done, and it's like, okay, we'll send. No, wait, that's Thursday, yeah. So Thursday she calls up. She wanted help getting something out of the cabinets because she went into cleaning mode, and yeah. And that day we had planned that at lunch we're going to go to Applebee's, and then we're going to go to Columbus Zoo because they have wild lights that we like to go see. So we wanted to go see them. And so we're like, okay, but the kids can only be there. It's like, we can only be there so long where you have plans to go do stuff. So we sent the kids over, and then the kids were calling and wanting the DVD thing fixed. And it's like, seriously? It's like, guys, you're going to be there 5 minutes and then you have to leave. Oh, that's okay, Mom and Dad. Oh, good grief. So we did that, and I don't know why she's cleaning so much. I really never know why she's cleaning so much. As you can see, I'm not that neat of a person, but I like clean. I just, not to the extent she does. It's like her hobby. Knitting and crocheting and video games are my hobby. Hers is cleaning. So, I'm sorry about complaining about her. So, after that, we went to Wild Lights, which was fun. Um, it's really neat at the Columbus Zoo because they have lights everywhere, and there's certain animals you can go in and see, and they have Christmas music playing, and they have some lights sing to Christmas music. It's awesome to go see. Um, if you're in the Columbus area, I highly recommend going to it. And it's nice because it warmed up to 50 degrees, so it was like um, basically this type of thing weather, fleece weather, so it is nice. Um, so we went and did that, and you know, uh, one thing, me eating at Applebee's, every time I eat at Applebee's, I start getting congested. So I started getting congested, so I took some allergy medicine because, it would help. Because, I have a milk allergy. I have a chocolate allergy. So I took that, and I was tired. I was really, really tired. And so walking around the zoo was wearing me out even more, even though I was enjoying it. But being around all those people and all that interaction and doing all that, that wears me out. Like, seriously bad. So I was getting tired, so I was getting grumpy. And uh I also saw a couple people I knew there because I know a gal who goes to my church who works there, and then I also saw a friend of mine from high school there, so that was nice to see them. Um and then we're like, well, let's get hot chocolate because because the whole trip was free because Jason's work gave him free tickets to zoo for food, parking, tickets, souvenir cups, and whole 9 yards. So we went and did that and got souvenir hot chocolate. And I don't drink hot chocolate. I love hot chocolate, but I don't drink it because it's like one of those things that I always get sick afterwards. Like, it's like a cold. So, but I decided, well, I'll go ahead and splurge. And I've been splurging all week. I've been eating chocolate candies. I've been eating like a lot of milk and cheese and all that kind of stuff. And apparently I had a cold also on top of all this. So Friday I wake up, I'm congested, I don't feel good. And knowing that the last weekend hadn't counted and I still at one cold, I said, I'm calling off, I'm staying home, I'm sick. And I went through the entire symptoms of a cold in a day. Because that's how my allergies work. Because they start in my head and work all the way down. I'm a little congested right now because I did have some milk, but it's not going to be that bad. But yeah, so, and I was tired on top of it and everything else, and I pretty much had like a cold the entire week also. So at that point, I knew I had to stay off all milk products, all chocolate. I'm still staying off chocolate because that'll be a trigger for a little bit. So I've pretty much the past week I've had to stay off chocolate, and milk, and or at least cut back on the cow's milk. Because I learned because my mother-in-law, she aggravates me to all get up, but I love her dearly. But she was nice enough to think about me when we went to Grandpa's Cheese Bar and she got some goat's milk. And for some reason, okay, so I'm not allergic to lactose, and I'm not allergic to whey. I'm allergic to casein that is in cow's milk, and it's casein 1 protein. There are two types of casein. Some cows and goats produce casein 2 protein, which I am not allergic to and I can eat. But casein 1, I'm allergic to. So goat's milk I can have. Goat's milk cheese I can have. By the way, I don't think they taste any different from cow's milk cheese. So I was eating that, and I went this week and I got me some cow's milk cheese or goat's milk cheese, some goat's milk, and goat's milk butter. So I have those just kind of try to combat my allergies, and it has helped a lot. I've had cold this week. It hasn't been that bad. I could actually breathe and smell things, which turned into a bad thing at work because the Walmart back room stinks. It stinks to the high heavens. I'm like, okay, maybe I should go back to not having a nose that works. I think that's all that happened. And I'm sorry for going on a rant and telling you guys all this, but like I said, did after my dad died, I just had to. And you guys understand. So, but yeah, that's been my week. That was my fun adventure some week. On a side note, I have got something started at church. It is yarn related. Because me and some friends from church decided, you know what? We want to get together and knit and crochet together. And I decided, well, we'll do it at the church building because I live in Richwood. They live in Marysville. And I was like, we'll just meet at the church some Sunday after church services. So we decided we'd do soup and sandwiches. And I said, well, let's put it in the bulletin. That way, if anybody else wants to come, we can. And it looks like it's turned into this whole big knit and crochet group. And I got it set up so it's in the bulletin this Sunday. And the church secretary is excited about it because she's a crocheter. So she's excited. So I have a feeling this is going to blow up, and it kind of terrifies me. And they're talking about service projects and all that, and I'm kind of excited because I've been wanting to do stuff like this. And she was talking about how taking plastic bags and making plarn. Plarn is when you take plastic bags and turn them into yarn by cutting it into strips and tying them together. I've done it before, um, mainly because I was really bored once and I decided I'd try it. But they're talking about making mats for the homeless shelter because the preacher's wife works with a homeless shelter. So this may turn into a lot, and it kind of terrifies me because I don't get put in charge of stuff. I avoid being put in charge of stuff, and I just decided I wanted to do this and like this channel. And like, I want to get to 500 subscribers. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers. So there's a little story behind the tutorial yesterday. Because I went and if you guys have notifications turned on and you saw the video and then you saw the video announced again, that's because I took it down. Because Aaron from Fiber Hustle told me, Jen, it's about this big on my iPad. Because I went and spliced the video together on my phone instead of my computer, and so it did it phone size. So on all the screens, it was like all this black and this little itty bitty image. So I had to go and transfer all the files onto the computer, splice them together, and get them loaded. So that whole tutorial was an all-day process, but I know how to do it now, so it shouldn't take as long next time. I don't like filming tutorials, but if you guys enjoy it and like it, I will keep filming and making tutorials. I'm tired. I'm tired today. My ADHD brain is going all over the place, so you're getting ramblings, and this video is like 34 minutes of me just talking about random stuff and not that much yarn. But I figured you guys wanted an update. Oh, and I also got 2 Christmas cards there in the other room. I got one from Debbie and one from Karen. Well, I always call Sandy Shore because that's what her name is on YouTube, but her name is Karen. No, Kathy. Oh, crap. I'm sorry. You know who you are. I apologize. My brain is not working today, and my kids will be home in about 10 minutes. So, thank you guys for watching. Anybody who's watched this far, thank you. Uh, I really appreciate it. So please like and subscribe. And oh yeah, Bible verse. We'll just go with what I did yesterday. I think I still have it on my phone. Let's see what Bible verse we can come up with real quick for you guys to look up. I think it should still be on there. Okay, that's my cat photo. My cat puzzle photo. Yes, I have my Bible on my home screen. Don't worry, guys. Yes. First Peter 2 verses 4 through. Wait a minute, that's not it. Where is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. First Peter 2 11 through 12. So if you want to look that up, you can. Anybody who's watched this far, more than welcome to look it up and see what it says. But I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys. And thank you for listening to me ramble and complain. Which is ironic because the last time I gave a Bible verse is about do not complain. I'm still working on that. So thank you all. God bless you. Keep you. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.